Hey everybody, how you doing? Steve here. Welcome to the broadcast. Let's get on with it. I know we're a bit late, but hey, then again, it's Sunday. We are always trying our best, and we continue to offer you the best of the best. So let's get going. Let's get started, and let's pull the cord out. Let's get this off my head. So we can do this. We can do it good. All right. And no, we're not going to report on Floyd Mayweather. He's retired, and that's that for that. Now, let's get to a weird week 13 in the record books. Let's get started with all of that and a lot more. And wouldn't you know it, new coach. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. New coach, everything else. Lions went to Soldier Field and they kicked the Bears' ass, 34-30. Matt Stafford passed for 402 yards and 3 touchdowns. Adrian Peterson rushed for 16 rushing attempts, 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mr. Jones, you had 8 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. The Bears, well, they have nothing to be surprised about. Trubisky was Trubisky was a madman, 267 yards and a touchdown. Montgomery, 17 rushing attempts for 72 yards and 2 touchdowns. Robinson, 6 receptions, 75 yards. Dolphins over the Bengals, 19-7. For the Bengals, Allen, 153 yards and a touchdown. Bernard, 12 rushing attempts at 30 yards. Boyd, 1 reception, 72 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, the Dolphins, Tagovailoa, 296 in the yards, 1 touchdown. Gaskin, 21 rushing attempts for 90 yards. Gesicki, 9 receptions, 88 yards, and a touchdown. Saints over the Falcons, 21-16. Hill for the Saints, sitting in for Drew Brees, 232 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kamara, 15 rushing attempts, 88 yards, 1 touchdown. Thomas, 9 receptions, 105 yards. For the Falcons, Ryan, 273 and a touchdown. Smith, 8 rushing attempts, 36 yards. Ridley, 5 receptions, 108 yards. Well, Jets almost pulled it off, but the Raiders got a little smart. 31-28 final score. Carr for Raiders, 381 yards, 3 touchdowns. Booker, 16 rushing attempts, 50 yards. Waller, 13 receptions, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. Darnold for the Jets, 186 yards, 2 TDs. Johnson, 22 attempts, 140 yards, 1 TD. And Crowder was louder. 5 receptions, 47 yards, 2 touchdowns. Final in overtime, the Vikings beat the Jaguars 27-24. Glennon, 280 yards, 1 touchdown. Robinson, 18 rushing attempts, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. Johnson, 4 receptions, 66 yards. For the Vikes, Cousins, spotty party, 305 yards, 3 touchdowns. Cook, 32 attempts, 120 yards. And Jefferson, 9 receptions, 121 yards, and a touchdown. Browns whopped the Titans, 41-35. These are the same Browns that went 1-17. Boy, what a difference a couple of years made. 41-35. Mayfield, 334 yards, 4 touchdowns. Chubb, 18 rushing attempts for 50 yards, 1 touchdown. Is that 50 or 80 yards? Excuse. Higgins, 6 receptions, 95 yards, and a touchdown. For the Titans, Tannehill, 389 yards, 3 touchdowns. Henry, 15 rushing attempts for 60 yards. Davis, 11 receptions, 182 yards, 1 touchdown. Colts over the Texans, 26-20. Rivers, 285 yards, 2 touchdowns. Taylor, 13 rushing attempts, 91 yards. Hilton, 8 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. For the Texans, Watson, 341 yards. Johnson, 10 rushing attempts, 44 yards, and a touchdown. Kuti, 8 receptions, 141 yards. Rams over the Cardinals by 10, 38-28. Goff for the Rams, 351 yards and a touchdown. Akers, 21 rushing attempts, 72 yards and a touchdown. Woods, 10 receptions, 85 yards. Cardinals had Murray at 173 yards, 3 touchdowns. Drake, 10 attempts, 49 yards and a touchdown. And Arnold, 2 receptions, 61 yards, 2 touchdowns. Giants shocked the world. They beat the Seahawks 17-12. McCoy for the Giants, 105 yards and a touchdown. Gallman, 16 attempts, 135 yards. Ingram, 4 receptions, 32 yards for Seahawks. Wilson, 263 yards and a touchdown. Carson, 13 rushing attempts for 65 yards. And Metcalf, 5 receptions, 80 yards. Packers, easy peasy over the Eagles, 30-16. Hurts certainly was, 109 yards and a touchdown. Sanders, 10 attempts, 31 yards. Goddard, 5 receptions, 66 yards. For the Packers, the anointed one, Aaron Rodgers, 295 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jones, 15 attempts, 130 yards and a touchdown. And Adams, 10 receptions, 121 yards, 2 touchdowns. Patriots blank the Chargers 45-0. In freaking credible. Newton with 69 yards passing, 1 touchdown. Harris, 16 rushing attempts, 80 yards. Olszewski, 1 reception, 38 yards and a touchdown. For the Chargers, Herbert, 209 yards. Eckler, 8 rushing attempts, 36 yards. Allen, 5 receptions, 48 yards. And the night shift, Sunday Night Football. The Chiefs beat the Broncos 22-16. Locke with 151 yards, 2 touchdowns for Broncos. Gordon, 15 rushing attempts, 131 yards. And Font, 4 receptions, 57 yards. Chiefs, Mahomes, 318 yards, 1 touchdown. Senor Bell was the bell of the football. 11 rushing attempts, 40 yards. And Kelsey, 8 receptions, 136 yards, 1 touchdown. So, the rest, we got some special football tomorrow. It all starts at 5 o'clock on the entire Fox network of affiliates. Washington takes on the Steelers. Then it'll be Monday Night Football, Buffalo Bills, 49ers on ESPN. And then Tuesday, yes, you heard me, Tuesday, the grand finale of Week 13. We'll have the Cowboys against the Ravens on the National Football League Network, otherwise known as the NFL Network. And that is a short look at the Sunday night broadcast. We want to remind you, because Week 13 ends on Tuesday, our Monday night quarterback broadcast, we will have that on Wednesday night. So there you go. So join us on Wednesday night for all that excitement. Now, we've done a football. We'll go back to the scoreboard for college basketball and a whole lot more. But right now, thank you very much. It is time, dear friends and fellow strugglers. It is time to give you the AP Top 25 football poll. And you will not believe what happened. I don't. I'm shocked. I'm stunned. By the way, we're going till about 2:15. So here you go. Okay, let's kick it off. Number 25. Thank you. Let's do it one more time. Number 25, Wisconsin. 24, Buffalo. 23, Texas. 22, Liberty. 21, Colorado. 20, North Carolina. 19, Iowa. 18, Tulsa. 16, USC. 15, Northwestern. 14, BYU. 13, Oklahoma. 12th, Georgia. Coastal Carolina. 11th, Iowa State is in 10th place. Thank you very much. Now for the top 9, they are Miami of Florida at 9th, Indiana at 8th, Cincinnati at 7th, Florida 6th, 5th Texas A&M, and the 4 are still Clemson, Ohio State in 3rd, Notre Dame 2nd, and Alabama still the top bow wow. So now the big question has to be with the disgraceful victory, we'll just call it the pounding, that the Spartans took from Ohio State, is to be able to play against Ohio State this Saturday and sort of attempt to beat them. Now, of course, Michigan still has that little COVID problem, and they may have to really think about this very hard. This rivalry, there has never been a stop in the rivalry for a long stinking time. And there, I just put it all together. So, if they do decide to cancel, that's going to put Ohio State out of Big Ten championship contention. Right now, it's looking like Northwestern could be in the Big Ten championship. But we'll just have to, as they say, wait and see what happens this week. The countdown, the last game of the season in this weird 2020 COVID disasterix. But we will talk about that during the week and see what happens. But I think Michigan is going to play on I really want them to play, but for health reasons, maybe they shouldn't. Anyway, we'll talk more about that as the weeks continue. Right now, more headlines, more scores, and everything else coming up. We have about 30 minutes left, so we're going to give it to you. And here we go. More hot stove and winter meetings. They began today. They were scheduled to be held at the Omni Hotel and K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in Dallas, but will be held virtually because of the ongoing pandemic. With any luck, still get the usual limited trade signings rumors. Here are Sunday's rumbles. Despite reports to the contrary, the Phillies are not listening to trade offers for right-handed Zach Wheeler. Owner John Middleton told NBC Sports Philadelphia's Jim Salisbury, and let me pick up my stuff. And frankly, all Middleton said, there's zero truth to this. And he made it sure everybody, there's no validity to it, team president Andy McPhail said. Anticipating the question, Zach is very much in our plans going forward. Now, of course, every team listens to offers for all players at all times. So you might as well doubt the Phillies will ever hang up should their team inquire about Wheeler's availability. It frankly never hurts to listen. It doesn't sound like they're eager to move him. However, the 30-year-old Wheeler, well, he had a pretty good first season with the Phillies in 2020, albeit truncated. He is 1 year into a 5-year contract that'll pay him $95 $6.5 million through 2024. The free agent pitching market lacks impact starters beyond Trevor Bauer, so conditions may be right for the Phillies to receive a butt haul for Wheeler. The Reds are working hard to trade right-hander Sonny Gray, reports New York Post Joel Sherman. Sherman says they're doing that while scouring the market for starting pitchers. The strategy may be to trade Gray for multiple pieces. They replace him via free agency or trade at a lower cost. Gray is owned $10 million in 2021 and 2022 with a $12 million club option for 2023. Cincinnati, on the other hand, is expected to lose Trevor Bauer to free agency and trading. Gray, who has a 3.07 ERA in 2 seasons with the Reds, would deplete the club's rotation even more. That said, Bauer is the only ace-caliber starter in free agency, so another team may be willing to give up a significant package to get Gray. His trade value may never be higher, and the Reds may believe their pitching development folks can capably replace his production with others. Marcus Semien is one of the top free agent shortstops available, but that isn't preventing teams from asking if he have interest in playing another position. According to Fansided's Robert Murray, a few clubs have asked if he'd be up for playing second or third base. The 30-year-old Semien has played shortstop exclusively since 2015. He's improved at the position in recent years, though the main draw with him remains his offensive potency. Over the last 3 seasons, he's hit .263, .339, with 55 homers and 28 stolen bases. Given the waste of starting caliber shortstops available at any given time, it would be a minor surprise if Semien signs with a team intent on playing him elsewhere. Now, the Twins are interested in utility man Enrique Hernandez and setup man Joaquin Soraya, reports Score North's Darren Wolfson. Minnesota has already lost Trevor May to free agency and may also lose Erie Arizona Adrian Za. There you go. I'm close. Nelson Cruz, Marwin Gonzalez, Eddie Rosario, and Matt Weisler, among others. Rosario and Weisler were non-tendered last week. The 29-year-old Hernandez can play pretty much anywhere and would give the Twins another righty bat to help balance a lineup that leans a little left-handed at the moment. He'd come in handy in a division that features Matthew Boyd, Danny Duffy, Dallas Keuchel, Mike Minor, and Tarek Skubal. Another notable Southpaw starters, the 36-year-old Soraya is as wily as ever and remains an effective late-inning option. We keep going, and we have a little news for you. Alex Cora will be named Red Sox manager. Finally, closure. Bobbity-bop. Boop. Okay. Little college basketball thing for you folks. Looks like number 1 Gonzaga is about ready to join the list. Number 1 Gonzaga's next 4 scheduled games won't be played as scheduled due to the team's COVID-19 issues, as the Bulldogs will pause competition through December 14th, according to an announcement from program on Sunday. The announcement came the day after Gonzaga and number 2 Baylor came to a mutual agreement to cancel their scheduled number 1 versus number 2 showdown. Now, a Gonzaga player and another member of its traveling party for the Baylor game tested positive for the COVID-19 virus, forcing the game to be called off, though Gonzaga and Baylor acted to try and reschedule their highly anticipated game. It is unclear whether the Bulldogs will try and reschedule any of the 4 games that will be impacted over the coming days. So There's going to be a lot there, folk. And my cat just joined. That's nice. We're going to try to make it. Okay. Do we have any college basketball scores to give out today? Somewhere we do. And when we do, we report them to you. That's why we're here. Oh, boy. Excuse me, folks. Like I said, it's been a very long day. And I do believe we may have some basketball here. Yes, we do. Let's, or maybe not. No, I don't think we might. I don't think we do, but we're going to see anyways. She probably does. That's probably a moose. Probably a mouse. Anyway, we'll get the college basketball done. See some further updates from our friends at Awful Announcing. And get ready to put a big bow on this show for tonight. Oh. It's 1:38 in the morning. We're going to try to speed things up here. I've got a few irons in the fire that we're going to try to cool off tomorrow. So let's get this funky monkey on the way to a conclusion, shall we? And give you the NCAA men's, see if there were any games today on a Sunday before we sort of declare things. Oh, no, today's Monday. We're an hour and 39 minutes into Monday, my mother. And forgive us for a bit, so we're not going to do the NCAA stuff, huh? There we go. No CFL, so not to rackle your brains there. Okay, we'll get you some scores, and then we'll do the same for the ladies. And let's take the scores from tonight. And here we go. Tonight's Bastion of Enchantment here in the men's college basketball scoreboard. Then we'll get the ladies done, and then we'll survive anything. So here we go. Games tonight. Number 8, Michigan State defeated Western Michigan 79-61. Number 11 ranked West Virginia over Georgetown in the Big East Big 12 battle, 80-71. 12th ranked Villanova over 17th ranked Texas in the Big East Big 12 battle, 68-64. 17th ranked Texas Tech, a 81-40 winner over Grambling. 20th ranked Kentucky loses to Georgia Tech 79-62. And Elon and Duke, 6th ranked Duke, were postponed. So that's the men. How the women do, you may ask? I'm glad you asked that question, because we're going to tell you about that and a whole lot more stuff. Please feel free to join us as we go and transition from men's basketball to the ladies. Ugh, excuse me. Like I said, a long day, and we are going to head to Sleepyland. after all is said and done here tonight. And we're just waiting right now for scores from the ladies. So you won't be missing much. And here are the scores of women's basketball. Top ranked South Carolina, an 83-65. Hi there. An 83-65 winner in the SEC Big 12 Challenge. 83-65 South Carolina, top ranked, over 23rd ranked Iowa State. Number 2, Stanford over Washington, 83-50. Number 16, Arkansas over number 4, Baylor, 83-78. 5th ranked Louisville, an 85-67 winner over University of Texas Martin. Number 7, Arizona over USC, 78-77. 8th ranked Georgia, North Carolina State, 98-46 victory over Coastal Carolina. That's about 110. There you go, 98-46. North Carolina State, 8th ranked, defeated Coastal Carolina, 98-46. 9th ranked UCLA in state, 63-59. Number 10th ranked Oregon defeated Utah, 85-43. 11th ranked Kentucky over 13th ranked Indiana, 72-68. Texas A&M, 12th ranker, woke up with anyway, we're doing our best. 12th ranked Texas A&M over 25th ranked Texas, 66-61. 17th ranked Oregon State over Colorado, 70-53. Final in overtime, 18th ranked Gonzaga losing South Dakota, 75-72. 19th ranked Ohio State over Northern Kentucky, 96-63. 22nd ranked Syracuse over Penn State, 82-72. 24th ranked Michigan over Wright State, 82-59. 3rd ranked UConn over Seton Hall, postponed, and Xavier and the 20th ranked DePaul Blue Demons also postponed. It is 44 minutes past the hour of 1 o'clock. Let us take you to see if we got some headlines for our media bites from our friends at Awful Announcing. Nope, it is 1:44. Well, give me a minute. It will be. Okay, wow. Some massive changes occurring on ESPN as COVID-19 has disrupted fantasy football now. Matthew Berry will not be on it. Was not on it due to a positive COVID-19 test. Woof. And another personality that has gotten COVID-19 symptoms was ESPN's Marty Smith, who missed the Louisiana Appalachian State game due to COVID-19 symptoms, said they kicked his ass. CBS lost its announce booth for a few plays in the Alabama-LSU game, leading to their sideline reporter Jamie Erdahl filling in. Meanwhile, Fox, Matt Millen trends after he runs like a, how should I say this? He's not a running back comment on Noah Verdal. And we do have some sad news to report in the world of golf. A legendary broadcaster who did golf for the BBC in his later years and is more famous as doing golf as being one of the best golf announcers, commentators, however you want to say that. The voice of golf for ABC, the BBC, among other networks that he worked for in his long, illustrious career, has passed off as a golfer, winning 21 tournaments, including 3 British PGA championships and competing in 8 Ryder Cups. However, it was his career as a broadcaster and TV presenter that most golf fans will remember him for. The longtime BBC golf commentator and ABC ABC sports personality, when they had an independent sports uh, uh, sports department, we'll just call it that, has died at the age of 89. According to a statement from his family, quote, Peter's death was unexpected but peaceful. No cause of death was provided. He was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, and his family asked for privacy at this difficult time. He debuted as a BBC commentator in 1961, covering the Open Championship at Royal Birkdale. He would become the BBC's chief golf commentator in 1978. Once he had officially retired from the sport, he continued to cover the sport he loved up until his death and had planned to continue calling tournaments in 2021. His inimitable tone, humor, and command of the microphone will be sorely missed. His often legendary commentaries will be long remembered, said a BBC in a statement. Thanks to a soothing, deep voice and true passion for the sport, Golf Digest once called Alice the greatest golf commentator ever. He was inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame in 2012, and if you look on our YouTube channel, not on ours, but on the PGA golf channel on YouTube, search for 2012 World Golf Hall of Fame, you will see the induction ceremony of Peter Alliss. It will make you laugh and tear up. The tributes for Alliss rolled in as soon as news of his passing had been announced from fellow broadcasters to golfers and many others. For him, he was the soundtrack of their golf watching experience. Dan Walker in his Twitter feed said, very sad to hear about Peter Alliss. A few years ago, I asked him to record a message for a friend's wedding. He said, of course, and did this, first take. That was Ken Brown, golf cackling in the background. He was a master of words and loved by many. He will greatly be missed. John Cleese, part of the legendary comic troupe Monty Python. Sad to hear of Peter Alliss's death, the most sane and comforting voice I ever heard. I always thought that I could cope with the ending of the world if only Peter was commentating on it. Gary Lineker said, deeply sad to hear that Peter Alliss has passed away, a wonderfully witty and truly brilliant commentator. Golf will never be the same. NBC's Mike Tirico, saddened by the news that we lost our friend Peter Alliss last night. Wonderful, witty, warm, and whimsical. We called him the great man, and he was. Forever grateful for the time we spent with him and the many smiles we shared. Prayers to his wife Jackie, family, and friends. And Phil Mickelson said it best. Peter Alliss sadly passed away, and I wanted to say how appreciative I am for the joy and entertainment he brought to so many people. His Hall of Fame speech is the best I've heard, and I say Ronkabeka every time I'm in Europe. He messed up once, and I can't forget it, and neither will we. Peter Alliss. Unforgettable. Golf commentator, passing away at the age of 89. Okay. Big hello to my friends on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Parler. We're going to go straight to the ever-loving scoreboard. Why? Because we're running out of time. So Let's go to the scoreboard, mingle, and then take flight into that long, luscious good night. And we will do so with speed and somewhat humble authority, and I almost belched. Anyway, this is the Steve Baxley Sports Final, and we're getting ready for the final segment, which is, of course, scoreboard. By the way, if there's any sports we have missed, fear not, do not worry. Why? Because we always bring you rebroad what we call the sports leftovers. So right now, let's get you some soccer scores and basketball scores and some hockey scores. That said, let's do this. In the Premier League, Crystal Palace, a 5-1 winner over West Brom. Leicester, 2-1 winner over Sheffield United. Tottenham, a 2-0 winner over Arsenal. And Liverpool, 4-0 over the Wolves in the Bundesliga. It was Stuttgart, 2-1 over Werder Bremen. Bayer Leverkusen over Schalke, 3-0 in Italy. Verona and Cagliari tied at 1. Roma and Sassuolo tied at goose egg. Benevento and Parma, goose egg. Udinese and Atalanta were postponed. Napoli, a 4-0 winner over Crotone. And AC Milan, a 2-1 winner over Sampdoria. In the La Liga in Español, it was Granada and Huesa, 3-up tie right there. Betis, a 2-0 winner over Osasuna. Villarreal and Elche tied at 0, as was Alves and Real Sociedad. In basketball, in Italy, here we go. Sassari over Virtus Bologna, 83-70. Trento over Venezia, 79-71. Treviso over Pesaro, 91-81. Olimpia Milano, 96-70 winner over Varus. Brindisi, an 85-71 winner over Cantu. And Cremona, an 86-56 winner over Reggiana. In Español, in Spain, the ACB, Morabank Andorra, 72-55 winner over Real Betis. Estudiantes over Bilbao, 78-77. Baxonia, an 83-71 winner over Gipuzkoa. Unicaja, 108-81 winner over Marica. Real Madrid over San Pablo Burgos, 74-60. Barcelona, 91-63 winner over Gran Canaria. In soccer, Swedish soccer, Rogo over Växjö 4-2. In the Czech Republic Extraliga, after not scoring in overtime, they went to the penalties, and Mlada Boleslav defeated Triniak 4-3. Litvinov over Kielce Burgos 3-2. Ziln and Lebrec 4-2. Ziln. Pleasant, a 5-1 winner over Montfield. Komota Bruno, Sparta Prague, a 6-1 winner over Kometa Brno. Olomouc, a 3-2 winner over Vikovice. And finally, Karlovari over Partibus, 2-1. And that's your scoreboard. Yes, friends, that is indeed the scoreboard. And for want of a better word, that is indeed it for us. It is 1:54. We're going to end this early, and we want to thank you all for tuning in and being one as I continue to prove that the Oak Ridge boys aren't the only ones that grow long hair. I am going to get this cut this week, so pray for whatever is born from it. That's going to wrap things up for us here on the Sports Final. We'll see you tomorrow night following Monday Night Football. And please, a little reminder, this special week, there's no Monday Night Quarterback. There will be a Tuesday night edition because we're going to be busy on Monday with two games. And Tuesday, we got one that'll be on the NFL Network. So the Corona-19 virus did a number on all sports, especially football. It's been a very cautious day, as you can tell. That's going to wrap things up for us. We'll see you tomorrow night. This has been a presentation of Mystifying Creativity Productions in association with the L2C Media Network and L2C Sports. I'm Steve Baxley for L2C Sports and our whole crew, saying good night. May your favorite teams always be winners, and good night, America, wherever and whomever you are. We'll see you tomorrow night following football. Good night, everybody.